Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I am here to introduce you to one of the wonderful ladies that has joined the Second Active Business Builders program that started back in May of this year. I have a wonderful group of women, 9 of them, who are in varying stages of their second act, including myself. And they have decided to run businesses, start businesses, expand businesses. Whatever their reasoning was, we have them at that class. And one of them is Jacquelyn Howard Smithson. But did I
Oh,
get it?
Jacquelyn Smithson Howard.
See, I knew I would get it wrong. I practiced it on the way home and I still got it. So Jacquelyn Smithson Howard, who is not only a wonderful author and wonderful storyteller, but she is also a ghostwriter. I'm going to have her tell you a little bit more about that. And then we're going to get into some questions about the program itself. So I would like to introduce to you Jacquelyn Smithson Howard. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Jacquelyn Smithson Howard, and I am a poet and storyteller. That's the way I grew up. My father used stories to tell us life lessons or teach us life lessons. So I've always been a storyteller. But after a few decades of gaining success and recognition here in the local venues and some international venues, I was convinced by a few very close girlfriends of mine to go have my work published. And so once I became a published author, then I became a ghostwriter because I realized that our stories are not told. And I wanted to tell as many other people's stories of success and triumph and trial and tribulations as I could before I died. And that's what I do. And and then at the very last minute before I lost a very dear friend, I learned how to publish. So I'm adding publishing to my repertoire so I can not only get the stories told, but get them published if that's what people choose to do.
All right. Well, do tell people how you found me and how you and I got to know each other.
It's really interesting because both of us sit here as the first founding members of Coffee and Conversation, which is Phyllis Clemens' group that she started in 2013. So I met you there, and we became fast friends, and you created the book cover for my very first published poetry book.
And it was my pleasure. It's been a wonderful opportunity to get to know you. I've never known somebody who writes as much as you do ever in my life. But you do what you love and it shows in
I
everything that you
do.
do. And it has been a pleasure for me to know you. Um, Now, you did join the Second Act Business Builders program. As a matter of fact, you were the first person to raise your hand and say, I want that. And I do appreciate that so very much. But tell me what you thought would happen and what you thought about the investment itself.
I I was so excited about joining this because I had Phyllis as my first coach, business coach, and she taught me a lot about business and taught me how to handle myself as a new business owner. But there was also so much I didn't know. So when I got this opportunity, I was excited to move to the next step. And I really, even though I was concerned about the cost, I wasn't concerned about the cost because I knew it was something I wanted to do.
Mhm.
My dad used to always say, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that's what I wanted to be, was better. And so most people will tell you not to get information from somebody who doesn't get it right. And I watched you run so many businesses. I watched the way you deal with people. I watched the information that you gave me and others in various meetings. And I thought, if I'm going to learn from somebody, I want to learn from somebody who gets it right. And that's why I joined.
Well,
And
I'm very proud and very honored that you joined our group.
I've learned a lot.
Was there anything that you've learned that you weren't expecting to learn?
I knew that I had to make a mind shift because I I had taken a lot of information from a lot of people, and sometimes you don't know what to do with the information once you have it.
Mhm.
And so I knew I really couldn't, um, I couldn't put the how do I say this? I write because I love to write, but the business side of having a business that writes, the business side is totally different. And I didn't know, even though I had the license, even though I had the seller's permit, even I had the documentation, I had the paperwork, I don't know what it means to keep everything separate from business to personal because I wrote because somebody asked me to write something. So what I didn't expect was to um, find the tribe that we have in this class,
Mm, yes.
the diversity of this class. I didn't expect um, for people to be as open as they are because from my past experiences, people will listen to you, but they won't share a lot.
Mhm.
And I was grateful for that, but I really I was expecting the concise information from you because I already knew that was going to come, but I didn't know what I was going to learn. And every week has been a compounding of what the last week was about. And I like that because it gives you just enough to chew on
Mhm.
and then you get something else. And the pieces for me are like jigsaw puzzle pieces that fit together. And I wasn't expecting it to fit together. You know, you come into a class thinking, I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to know. I don't know what questions to ask. I don't know who I'm supposed to ask the questions to, blah, 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 blah. And then when the pieces actually start fitting together and you go, oh, wait a minute, I do know that. Oh, wait a minute, I do understand that. So that's what I wasn't expecting for it to come and gel so easily for me.
Okay. Well, we did design the program so that it would help people gain clarity, not just about their business, but also about how to run their business. We set up a lot of people in their own LLCs and sole
Mm-hmm,
proprietorships and
mm-hmm.
everything else, but filing that paperwork is just the first, really the easiest step.
Right, right.
It's what to do afterwards that um, really sets the tone for whether this business is going to work or not. And
Mm-hmm,
for
mm-hmm.
those of us who are a little bit older, um, it gets a little bit more difficult if you don't know the technology. There's a new app out there every week, and you hear
Right.
about it, and people tell you, oh, you have to have this. And we talk about those to a certain extent, but that's not what's going to help you grow your business. And I wanted people to just feel comfortable, and I'm glad you feel comfortable with the ladies that are there because you knew a couple of them, but not all of
Mm.
them. And
Right.
are
Yeah.
very diverse. We're from
Right.
age 40 to age 70,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody seems to be willing to share. There are no barriers up. Nobody is embarrassed. I think everybody feels extremely comfortable, and I'm really, really happy about that. So this second act business builder program hopefully will continue on for and expand and
Mm-hmm.
improve. And I really do appreciate you being there and, of course, being the very first one to sign up. That made me feel good.
I was excited for that. I really was, because
Okay.
it is one thing, like I said, if you don't know what questions to ask, it's hard to move from that,
Yeah.
you know.
We don't
And
know what we
you
don't
made
know.
that easy. Yeah.
None of us know what we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is
Mm-hmm.
just a great format and a great group to have together. Now, if somebody were to say, well, I'm not really sure that this is the program for me, what would you maybe say to them if they're sitting on the fence?
Jump, jump. The reason why I say jump is because unless you jump, you'll never know that your wings work.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And you'll never know unless you get into this kind of situation that the questions that you were too scared to ask somebody else is already asking and the answer is on the table.
Mhm.
And the only way to get there is to jump in, to get engaged. You can never get new information and be the same person. You have to be different. And the only way to be different is to jump.
Well, I hope that a few people will take that to heart. I really do think that this program can help a lot of people move forward. It is just a step forward in order to get your business off the ground or stop being a secret agent about it and figure out how to advertise your business and show people that you have something that solves a problem for them.
Right.
You're a perfect example. I use you for, I write myself, not as well as you do. I write.
You write well.
There are sometimes when I write something and it just doesn't flow. And to have you as a teammate, and I consider us that because we published books together,
Mhm.
is invaluable to me because I know that I have somebody I can bounce information off of,
Right.
and you're going to give me an honest opinion, and you're
Right.
probably going to fix the problem that I couldn't figure out how to fix in the first place. So we do have a community, we do have a
Right.
tribe. You are my CEO squad. So I've decided we need a name. So that is the name, the CEO squad. And I thank you again so much, Jacquelyn, for one, being who you are, being my friend for all these years, and certainly for joining our group and doing this quick interview for me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
It is my
And
pleasure.
it's been my pleasure also. Stay tuned, and I'm going to turn off the recording here real quick, and we'll talk again.